Hello there, welcome to the Drowsy Dragon Inn. Pull up a chair and let's talk about how you can get yourself the new Voidfire Deathcycle mount from the Horrific Visions Revisited. This mount will become technically available once Horrific Visions go live again on the 20th or 21st of May. You will need to complete the Horrific Vision of Stormwind completely, meaning each of the 4 side areas, including Illyria, the last boss. Once you've completed a full vision like this, meaning doing all the various zones and the mini-bosses involved, you will unlock your first mask, the Mask of the Long Night. This is something you can toggle on and off to make the Horrific Visions more difficult. So you do need to have this first mask active in order to get the components for the bike. So that's how this one works. You're going to collect 6 different components and combine them with various reagents and materials crafted from professions. We'll go through what all of those are, but the first thing to do is do a Horrific Vision run in Stormwind, so you may have to wait for Stormwind to be active if it's not active on week 1. Ensure that you put on the Mask of the Long Night, and with that mask active, when you get into the Dwarven District at this location here, look out for an NPC called Haemar the Devout riding the Purple Deathcycle. When you see it, attack it, or it will attack you, and fight it until the NPC riding it hops off. Kill Haemar the Devout, and the bike will then move a short distance away and become interactable. You need to go up and interact with the bike here, use its dialogue option to tag the Deathcycle, and this will allow you to see it when you exit the Horrific Vision back in Donegal. Once you have finished your Horrific Vision run after successfully doing this, back in Donegal you can see the bike, and now you can start collecting the other components. So you basically need to gather the remaining parts of the bike and build it back up physically in this realm, if you will. Most of these drop from either the Horrific Vision of Stormwind or Orgrimmar, so you can't complete this in 1 week. It will take you at least 2 weeks to do this, as Stormwind and Orgrimmar rotate each week. Let's talk about the ones that come from Orgrimmar first of all. So one of them is an item you need to collect from the floor. So this is the Void-Forged Engine block. This is found during your run at the engineering shop in the Drag. What you need to do is loot the Void-Forged Engine block and install 4 Goblin Machine Pistons into it. You can either buy these from Big Keech in the Vale of Eternal Blossoms, or from Raxia Ronrocket in the Storm Peaks for 1,000 gold. While you are at one of these vendors, do also make sure to buy yourself an Elementium-Plated exhaust pipe, because you will need this for one of the other parts. Secondly, from Orgrimmar, you can get yourself the Void-Scarred Boarhide. Now, what you need to do is combine this piece with 5 rank 3 Weavercloth Spellthread, and that will get you the Boarhide Deathcycle seat. That's everything from Orgrimmar. Let's jump over to Stormwind. So first component from Stormwind, you can loot the Magic Line Manifold from the entrance of the Trade District Auction House, just in this crate that you can see here. Do ensure to have your mask active though when you do your run, just like we did in Orgrimmar. Combining the Magic Line Manifold with the Elementium-Plated exhaust pipe will get the Deathcycle exhaust system created for you. Also in Stormwind, ensure to complete Old Town as well with a mask active, because in the chest at the end for doing so, you'll receive the Twisted Skull-Scythe Handlebars. If you combine that with 1 Irresistible Red Button, 1 Recalibrated Safety Switch, 3 Whimsical Wiring, and 1 Storm Touch Weapon Wrap, you will get the Skull-Scythe Handlebars. Next from Stormwind we have the Depleted Void Crystal. Now I got this to drop when I did a run with 3 Faceless masks active and completing the Mage Quarter, so that zone is the one tied to this part. Once you've got the Depleted Void Crystal from the chest at the end, you can combine that with 1 rank 3 Refulgent Crystal and then shock it with some rank 3 convincingly realistic jumper cables, which will turn it into the Pulsing Void Crystal. And the final components are the Voidflame Wheels. So what you need to do is loot Tentacle Spokes and the Voidflame Resistant Hide. And these appear to come from the chest when you do the Stormwind Horrific Vision with a mask active and complete the Trade District zone. Once you've got those 2 items, combine them with 6 rank 3 Entropy Enhancers. That will be all the parts completed once you have all those. Now do note that these components are all warbound, but you appear to be able to install the components on the bike on any character, so don't worry if you get these things among different characters. If one character equips the seat and a different character equips the handlebars, it doesn't appear to matter. But just in case there's any funny business, I would suggest doing this all on one character just to be safe. Now as you make each component, you can install them one by one as time goes by, or you can save them all up and install them all at the end. Once you've done that, the bike will become active, you can click it and you will receive your mount. Enjoy your new Voidfire Deathcycle mount, and that's the guide, guys. Now, it is expected for the price of the materials that you need for this mount to go through the roof when this does become live, so I would suggest buying these as soon as possible. Personally, I bought all these materials on the 28th of March for just under 30,000 gold, so let's see how high the prices rise. Just buy them as soon as possible. Hopefully you already have them in your bags. Engineers, tailors, enchanters and leatherworkers can make some of these things themselves, of course. If you're an engineer, to craft the bits that you need, you'll need 35 pile of rusted scrap, 166 bismuth, 24 acarite, 4 iron claw, 2 writhing essence, 5 crystalline powder, 8 frayed wiring, and 7 junk buckets from the vendors. Tailors, you will need 800 spool of weaver thread, 560 moss wool thread, and 15 adorning ribbon. Enchanters will need 40 storm dust and 1 refulgent crystal. Leatherworkers, you need 2 bottled storm, 30 storm charged leather, and 1 thunderous hide. So for all the things you need, you can either get yourself or a friend or guildie to craft them, or just buy them off the auction house straight up, but you will probably pay a bit more. So there we go guys, another secret mount that is no longer a secret. It's actually quite a fun one this, a reasonable way to incorporate this into the Horrific Vision system, and it doesn't seem too stupid or RNG dependent. What do you think of the mount guys? Do you enjoy this? Did you like the acquisition method? And let us know what you think of the guide. If you did enjoy it, please do leave us a like down below and subscribe to the Drowsy Dragon channel to join us here at the inn. And sure to come and join us in the Drowsy Dragon Tavern over on Discord. We're a friendly bunch, we'll help you out with any of your questions. Thanks for watching guys, I've been the Drowsy Dragon, take care and I'll catch you next time. Cheers.